Hi and welcome back for part 2 of my bikepacking ride the Araluen way. Thank you so much for joining me again. We pick up from when I woke up in the morning at Baker's Flat Campground. So I walked out into the middle of the river, just there. It's thigh deep there. My pants are soaking. I went for a nice cold swim first thing, but because I didn't have a spare bra top and I thought I didn't have any spare knickers, I had to skinny dip until I realised that actually it's in full view of the road. Then I got out and then I realised I'd left my tripod out there, so I had to go back again. I was freezing. So I walked all the way out there earlier, set the camera up to get a time lapse of the mist lifting. Hadn't turned the bloody camera on. What a nincompoop. Anyway, I'm going to have some breakfast. I'm actually really cold now, so I ought to get dressed, but I've got nothing warm to put on because my trousers are wet. Let's dry up, have some warm coffee. Joy of joy. I found a pair of knickers in my bag. So the top I had on yesterday, although stinky, is dry. I hung it up overnight. So I'm going to pop some socks on and some knickers on. So one thing I have to tell you is I'm going to be removing this lightweight aluminium tripod from my recommended list because this is a new one I bought. I had the other one 2 years, it's brilliant. This one is, I'm pretty sure from the same people, but it's been made so much cheaper. If you'd like to buy any of the stuff that I use, it'd be great if you could check out my website, nosecondseason.com, and have a look on there and buy through the link, because I might get a small commission. So if you're watching this and you wonder what my gear is, my tent is a Marmot Tungsten UL1P, that's ultralight one person. I've had it since 2019. I've recently resealed the seams because they were flaking off. I haven't done this one. I should do this one, but I didn't have enough to do this one. But as you can see, so hopefully it's mainly rainproof. Also at the same time I bought this. This is the Big Agnes Aircore Ultra thermal something or other. Anyway, it's thick, so it's gone down a bit now. It always goes down, and I think that's because you blow hot air in, and when it cools it shrinks. So, but it's thick and it's wide. A sleeping bag, I have a quilt, and it's this one. It's the Sea to Summit Ember EB3. Now it is a down quilt. It's really nice, but do you know what? I wouldn't want to be any bigger than I am, and I'm a size 10, a lady's size 10. I think if you was any bigger, you want a sleeping bag, or I would anyway. And also next time I buy one, I'm not going to buy a down. I'm going to buy a cruelty-free one. I'll buy a synthetic. I tried to store it so it's not squashed up, but it has actually been in the compression bag for probably 2 or 3 months now, and it's absolutely fine. It lofts up well. So all my gear is mid-range. It wasn't the most expensive, it wasn't the cheapest. It's reasonably lightweight and I'm comfortable with it. I do struggle, you know, I can't pedal up a hill anyway, so with all this weight I definitely can't. And my bike is a Specialized camber mountain bike, full suspension. This is a 2017 model and I maintain it well. I've been messing about with handlebars. If you watch my Bikepacking the Outrevasseur, you'll see what I put this bike through, and never had a problem with it at all. The sun is trying to poke through there. I wish it had come overhead. because it's cold. I'm freezing. So I've just collected some water in this pouch that comes with the Sawyer filter. So this is a Sawyer water filter. Now you need to treat these with care. You can't let them get frozen, and you need to follow the storage procedures, but still I follow them, and now I test them before I come. And do you know what, it wasn't working again, and I had to soak it in water with a little bit of bleach in it. So you collect the dirty water in here, and then you squeeze it through, and the clean water is coming out there. These Sawyer filters are supposed to be able to cope with really dirty water. I've put muddy flood water in here before and filtered it, and it comes out clear. But I got ill a couple of days later, so I don't know if it was that, or there was a Russian hiker and he shared some of his water with me, and possibly his filter had caused it, and he wasn't using a Sawyer, he was using something else. So I don't know, but that's how I get clean water while I'm bikepacking. And I always keep one of these Sawyer filters in my car in case of emergency. And although people complain that the Sawyers are so slow, and you can get others that you just hang up and leave, I've done this 1.5 litres in about 5 or 10 minutes. So it's really not a big deal. Okay, so before anyone turns up, I thought I'd do a little bit of gold panning, but I don't want to get wet again so soon. My feet are just starting to feel warmer, and the sun is coming over, so things are going to start drying out soon. But my tent's in the worst place because there's a tree putting it in the shade. So I've hung my clothes on a tree near the other people's camp. Now the other people that are camping next to me, they left here on Friday or Saturday morning, and they haven't been back to their camp. It's a bit weird. Anyway, let's see if I can just dig up some silt and have a little pan. I just want to practice my technique. So this is the shovel I used to dig holes for pooing in. So it's doubling up, which is really good. No, it's just sand. So if there was gold here, the gold would have settled down the bottom. Nothing again. Let's try one more. My first bit of gold. Oh God. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Look, gold. There. One piece. So I'm going to have to get these back to my tent. One piece there. Just there. And if you can see it, there's another piece. There's lots and lots of it. So what I'll do is I'll take this whole, look, there's another piece of gold there, here. Oh, I can't get hold of it. So there it is. Look, so there's another piece. Can you see it just there? There's a piece there. There's lots of tiny little bits here. So what I'll do is I'll take this home with me. Oh, there's a bigger piece there. Can you see that? There's lots of it. It's everywhere. Oh, wow. And then there's tiny little specks of it here. Oh, my word. There is a big wind coming from upstream, heading downstream. The trees are rustling. There's a storm coming for sure, so it's going to be raining later, I'm pretty sure. Look at the how the current has stepped up. My little breakfast pot, I've put the gold in here. In 1851, gold was discovered in the Araluen Valley. It was found near the junction of the Araluen Creek and the Moruya River. Depending on what map you look at, these names and the Jura River seem to interchange, and I can't figure out which is which. But anyway, it was here, and it led to a gold rush and a significant population boom in the area. The population in the 1860s and 1870s was over 4,000 people, making it one of the richest alluvial goldfields in Australia. Now, the gold was found at the bottom of the creeks, and the miners used hydraulic sluices to wash away sand and dirt to find the gold. It brought significant economic activity to the area, with over 26 hotels, 20 butchers' shops, churches, general stores, blacksmiths, bakers, even schools. Once the gold rush was over, people moved away, and it's returned to the sleepy little Araluen Valley that you see now. Okay, so I met a couple. I talked to them last night and this morning. Angie, I think it was Rod, and I asked them how I separate the gold, and they think it's probably pyrite and not gold, which is fool's gold, so I'm a fool. But I'm still going to take it home with me, and I will investigate as to how you tell the difference. Because no matter what it is, it doesn't matter if it's monetary value. It's just that I did it. So I'm going to take it home and investigate, and I'll let you know. What a lovely little spot this is. So my tent is just through there. I think I might go for a swim. Yeah, it's lovely. The water it's not warm, but it's not mountain cold. A nice spot, warm wind, sun's hot again, a load of black cloud past, and there is a cyclone also in the bottom left hand corner, and that's pushing eastwards, so that could be what pushed those clouds across, because they've gone now and it's all looking pretty good. So fingers crossed we're going to get a good day. So I might stay here another night, and then I'll have to get a wriggle on tomorrow to get to Moruya. It's spelled M-O-R-O. No, Moruya. They don't say Moruya, they say Moruya, and it's spelled M-O-R-U-Y-A. Moruya, but they say Moruya. Anyway, Moruya is where I'm heading. Hey, it's 20 to 2 in the afternoon. I've had another swim, done a bit more gold or fool's gold prospecting. We won't know till I get home and can look it up. It doesn't matter. It was really good. It was so exciting to find gold, or even if it's fool's gold. I found fool's gold. I've steamed you up. I've just cooked myself some couscous with roasted vegetables. It's a bit hot at the moment. Just letting it cool down. I'm really hungry. That's a tribute to Luke. I really like Luke. He's a good guy. But it does make me laugh. I'm not sure I've ever seen him say, ew, that was disgusting. Anyway, cheers. So I've been swimming, I filtered some water, and I've done some fossicking. And the last half hour I've been trying to fix this bloody rubbish tripod. So the end fell off, so this bit went up there, so I had to take this bit off to get it out. I got that out, put the end back on. Now I've somehow got to get this back on here. There's some picnickers turned up, 4 adults and a baby. There's a rope swing just up the corner in the river, and they've been swinging off that and having a great time. And I've been trying to fix this bloody tripod. But there's a little detent in it, and it has to go in this, has to engage in this slot here. I just can't get it in. Okay, so I finally got it on. With a bit of brute force, and it seems okay, but I'm not going to use it because when I get home I'll super glue it on. But definitely this has gone down in quality and is actually a piece of shite. Anyway, I've put my milk in the river to keep it cool. Hopefully it'll be okay. There's the people down there playing, so I just had a chat with them. They've got a 15-month-old baby with them, and he's called Dewar, after the river. They're locals. How lucky to have this to play in. I'm in a really shaded corner here, which is good. In the sun, it's very hot again. And the sky's as blue now. I'm happy about that. The sun is just through the trees there. So, as I alluded to whilst riding here, there have been a lot of repairs and restorations and regeneration going on here in what is the Araluen Valley, the Dewar River Valley. So where I'm sitting, this river valley is a natural funnel between mountains all the way down to the coast. Now usually when I come here, I take the northeastern route of the Clyde Pass. We are some way in. This river valley demarcates the Moruya National Park to the northeast and the Dewar National Park to the southwest. So we're smack bang in the middle of these two parks in this valley, which, as you saw going through the township of Araluen, there's all gnats here, bugger. September 2019, that's spring here in New South Wales. Wildfires had taken hold in many areas in New South Wales, Victoria and Queensland. After prolonged drought, dry lightning and strong winds, they were spreading. The Moruya National Park didn't escape those fires, and the fire was spreading northwards. Many of the other surrounding national parks, the Dewar National Park, just across the way, everywhere was suffering from wildfires. The Moruya National Park fire was named. It was given the name of the Clyde Mountain Fire. And unfortunately, that fire raged and a state of emergency was declared. By Christmas time, the fires had gathered momentum, with many areas of New South Wales, Victoria and Queensland ablaze. Eurobodalla is the local government area of the Moruya National Park region, and the Rural Fire Service of Eurobodalla could not guarantee they would be able to halt the march of this gigantic fire. To top that, a severe weather warning had been issued, and there was going to be damaging winds gusting up to 90 kilometres an hour across the region. Wind is the worst thing for wildfires. It spreads embers, provides drying and preheating, and increased fire intensity, leading to fire whirlwinds tens of metres high. The fire direction became completely unpredictable. Sadly, the fire breaks were no match for this monster fire, so bulldozers were brought in and massive fire breaks were cut through the bushland. But to no avail. They couldn't stop the march of this fire through the Araluen Valley. The whole of Moruya National Park was ablaze, as was the Dua National Park. The fires were marching northwards into inaccessible bushland where the fire services couldn't reach. Fire service had resorted to just bulldozing through to try and steer the fire in the directions away from the populace, and that's all they could do because they couldn't stop it. It was so ferocious. As for water bombing, the smoke was so thick it was near impossible for the air crews to dump water on these fires. Coming from the west, significant smoke on the coast of Bateman's Bay area, and the fires were to the east, west and north of this, the Dua River Valley. Fires were burning all over New South Wales and Victoria. The states were ablaze, and these fires of the 2019-2020 summer season were named the Black Summer. By now, the people of the southeast, New South Wales and Victoria were getting trapped on the coast by these surrounding fires. Some had to be rescued by the Australian Navy. There was nowhere to go. Ash was falling like rain. The fires were devastating, and the Dua River Valley and the Moruya National Park were decimated. It was a disaster for wildlife. It's estimated that 1 billion animals perished in the Moruya and Dua National Parks. Such a tragedy. These fires burned over 24 million hectares. 3,000 buildings were destroyed and 34 people lost their lives. And it wouldn't be until autumn, March 2020, that these fires were extinguished on the south coast of New South Wales. So this Dua Valley, ravaged by fire on both sides, the Moruya National Park and the Dua National Park. The land was stripped bare, and what they didn't need was rain to the degree it came. It rained for nearly 2 years. And with that rain and the bare land, landslides and flooding, extreme flooding of this river valley occurred. And still, as we saw, the Araluen Road, 6 years on, is still being rebuilt. Such a lot of effort has gone into reconstructing it. These fires were started by dry lightning, and there's not much you're going to do about stopping that. So that is the story of why the roads are still being rebuilt around here. I just feel it's amazing how it has regenerated in that time span. And it was closed for a long, long time. These campsites weren't open. They've only recently reopened, I believe. And everything looks quite beautiful. So what a fantastic job the councils and the forestry services have done to restore it. And flooding here isn't anything new. In the 1860s, there was a gigantic flood, and this would be when the gold rush was on, and many people were killed. It destroyed homesteads all along this Dua River Valley. That Sunday night was spent sitting around Angie and Devon's campfire, which was most welcome. Devon made a fantastically big fire in the fire pit. I just got back here and there was a really quick shower of rain, which has gone, and hopefully it stays away. And I'm hoping it won't be such a dewy morning tomorrow, because I need to leave early as pos. I've had a wonderful day here. It's my first time ever, I think, bikepacking and staying at a camp, except for one in Spain when I stayed at Rosaleda when I had a sore bum. So while we're on the subject, actually, that bib shorts I've got, they're really good. Nothing around your tummy, and They must be a good quality because no bum soreness at all. And I haven't ridden a bike for ages. There's the thunder. Oh God, it sounds quite close. It's just coming from the south, it sounds like. So that's the northwest. Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from the southwest. Hi, it's about 2:30. It had rained just after I last spoke to you. It started raining again quite heavily for 2 hours. And because I'd put the tent up, it's all my fault. I'd put my tungsten tent up badly because I hadn't put the guy ropes on and I hadn't clipped in the corners to the poles. Just because I can't be bothered, because you don't need to when it's sunny and not windy. And what happens is the fly sheet sags under heavy rain and then it touches the netting. If I'd have put the guy ropes on and clipped it into the poles with the Velcro, I wouldn't have got wet. But as it is, water's got in because this whole back edge has been touching. And in fact, the tent peg had come out that holds it out a bit. It doesn't do much, but it holds it out a bit. So there's significant water all along this back edge. Luckily, it's sloping down a little bit, so it's staying at the back edge. But my quilt and me just a little bit wet. So I got out as soon as it stopped or slowed down. I got out and I put the guy ropes on. Bugger it, I'll have a cup of tea and something to eat. So I just put my stove on to dry it out. It's okay, the fumes will be going out here, it rises, but it is drying it out nicely around there. So that would teach me to put my tent up properly, always. Morning, it's 6 o'clock Monday morning, and I'm just making a coffee. I have to whisper, there's other people asleep just on the next pitch. I must remember to phone up and back pay for my pitch. I feel a bit bad. Camping here 2 nights and I hadn't booked. But, so this is what's happening a lot. So it's really cheap to book some campsites, like some are $6. I think this one might be about 12. And so you book it and reserve it. But no one checks if you turn up or not. So other people will be trying to get in here and they won't be able to because it says it's full because people have booked. But because it's so cheap, people just book, see what the weather's going to be like and don't turn up and don't cancel. And someone, Angie was telling me, another couple that had turned up tried to book while they were here. Well, they just drove down the hill to get a good reception. They phoned up and they told them, no, it's fully booked. Well, my pitch was empty. There's plenty of room for someone else here. And then there's a whole another area with 3 to 4 pitches on it where Angie and Devon had their fire and no one's on there. So there's lots of people not turned up, but because it's so cheap, no one cares. And in Victoria this year, they made camping free in the national parks and they're getting it all the time, and there's so many complaints that now they've made it free, people book and then they just don't turn up. What I'll do, I'll take the gamble and just pack up wet. I mean, it's not going to dry out, and just pack it all up wet, and I'll have to make sure I dry it tomorrow or during next week, put it up at the campsite where I'm going and dry it out. Because the gamble is if I don't do that and then it rains and then I'm going to be packing up in the rain and everything will get wet. So while it's dry, I think I should do that. I've got no water left, not even for another coffee. That's all I've got left. So I'm going to have to filter. I think I should take 2 to 3 litres of water with me. I'll take 3 just in case. Who likes pack up day? Hands up. No, didn't think so. Handy household hint. So when you get to camp and you unpack everything and everything's in its own little stash bag or compression bag, I put them all in my tent bag, and it's a real convenient way to keep them out of the way, keep them dry, and find them again. Look at the burn on my hand. Can you see it? Or here. It's really horrid. So this is all the wet down here. You can see where the water came in. But never mind, we survived. Another good thing about having quick release pedals is a deterrent for theft, because how are you gonna, you'll have to push it away, not ride it away. And they go on as easy as that. So it looks good. So let's get to Moruya. Moruya. No. Moruya. They say Mariah. Mariah, like Mariah Carey. Let's get to Moruya. Take 27. Let's get going to Moruya. To Moruya. That's Devin and Angie's tent. I said goodbye to them. So I've come from Braidwood down here, and I'm here, Baker's Flat, and now I've got to come down here to Moruya. I still can't say it. Moruya. They say Moruya. There, that's where we're heading. Now, the nice family next door that came back after a couple of days away, very nice. I hope I didn't wake them up. I had to get up in the night, as you saw, to put my tent up properly. Yeah, they say the weather is going to be fine this morning, and then it's going to absolutely chuck it down this afternoon. And there's a big hill to start this ride this morning. So at least I get the worst over now, and I'm going to hurry up and get to Moruya. Moruya. Take 396. I'm going to hurry up and get to Moruya. So my campsite was just through there, literally through those trees just there, and this is the bend of the river. It's supposed to be quite deep here, and there's a rope swing somewhere, and some nice little rapids down there. What a pretty little spot. So less than a kilometre into this ride, and I'm going to need to change. The sun is very hot already. Blimey, it's 9:15 already. I had no idea. I thought it'd be about 7 o'clock. I took a long time to get ready. It's going to be a good day. Look at those nice rapids. I wish I took a walk down here. Anyway, let's see if we can get to Moruya before the rain hits. It's going to be a tall order. Not much happening down there. At Kenny's Creek, not much creaking. So to my right, that is the Dry Creek Campground down here. And then you've got the Baker's Flat one I was at, and then a kilometre or so before, you've got the Dewar River Campground. So there's 3 campgrounds within a few kilometres of each other. I don't want to put the kiss of death on this, but that hill wasn't that bad, and Angie and Devon said it was really high. The lovely couple I just spoke to at my campsite said it was really high, but in actual fact it wasn't. It was something and nothing really, but let's hope I haven't spoken too soon. Nice descent. Oh god, yeah, there could be a big hill coming up. This is a long descent. It's absolutely beautiful here. The bushland, the river views. Oh. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got the funniest feeling. Everything's going my way. And that sums up, I might sound like a dickhead, but that's how bike packing makes me feel. It makes me feel free, unencumbered.
55.0 kilometers, duration 2 days, 34 minutes, 19 seconds.
55 kilometers in total, so I've got to do 85, so I've got 30 kilometers. As I was saying, that's how bike packing makes me feel. Unencumbered, free. Just being left alone by people, no one depending on me. I hope this new wind muff is working. It's a Velcro on little muff. Such pretty views of the river and the river valley. Steep, steep hillsides. No wonder the fire spread quickly. Hopefully this is a descent coming. Congratulations to this PCA, whoever they are, doing a fab job rebuilding this road. The repairs are absolutely immense, and I hope they're on budget and on time. Well done. This is the Dura River Bushfire Brigade hut, and you can see all the burnt trees around here. The fire must have been very close to their headquarters here. So I've been going an hour and a half, and my GoPro's out of battery. It's on red, so that's no percent. So I'm going to have something to eat, a little rest, and then get on my way. Rider GPS shows me off route here. It shows me here in the middle of nowhere, and the Araluen road's there. But I am on the right track. Elevation. Oh, I was hoping this was the last big hill, but it's not. Look, there's one in 10 kilometres, a big hill. This one's nothing compared to it. From Knowles Creek, the push-up is quite hard. There's no shade, and it's quite hard. Anyway, we've got to descend. Well, let's get to it. Sweating. Come on, give me a descent. So driving up to Braidwood, the land was parched. But over this side of the tablelands, it's very green and damp. So that's good. Keep them fires away if there is lightning. Anyway, let's get on. I've just got a warning on the phone, the storms are coming. We're coming up to the big hill soon. Oh God, a bloated wombat, poor thing. Jesus, ready to explode. That's the only bad bit about bike packing is the dead animals. You can smell them and see them very clearly. But the rest of it is the best. Well, one thing I didn't notice is that my seat has gone down a lot. Hence, I think, getting all those cramps. Because it's just too low for me to pedal. It was like that from the start. Idiot. That's better. I'm sitting really high up though.
Distance 83.0 kilometers.
Oh, this last bit is tedious, really tedious. Hill after hill. I don't know where the town starts. It must be soon. This may be the descent into Moruya. There again, it may not be. So just before the descent up there, the Araluen road ends and Murray Street begins. And this is Murray Street. And I've got a hill to get up. So I'm pushing. I've ridden a lot of hills today for me, especially since I put my seat up. Made the world a difference. I don't know why I didn't do it before, I'm an idiot. Dear. But it looks like I'm going to beat the storm because there's some serious weather coming in over there. hotel. Oh, thank Christ for that. I'm calling this the Araluen Way. I just think it sounds nice. And would I do it again? Absolutely not. Because there was too much uphill for my liking. But did I have a fantastic time? Absolutely I did. It was just the best. My bike is being collected at 7 o'clock tomorrow to be taken to the Mogo bike shop. And I think actually I'll get a new chain fitted while it's there. And they're keeping it there until I drive down and pick it up next Saturday, because I don't want it in Madge because I'm coming down to surf. What's happening is they're collecting the bike at 7 in the morning tomorrow. I'm getting the bus at 2:45 tomorrow and getting back to Braidwood on the bus. But I couldn't take 2 roll packers, 2 fork bags, a tent bag, my backpack and everything else on the bus. So I had a brainwave, got on, bearing in mind this is a public holiday Monday, so nowhere's open. Anyway, got on Facebook Marketplace, found a lady in Moruya with 2 suitcases, just paid $40 for one very nice, actually, suitcase. Not that I need another suitcase, I've got so many at home. But anyway, she just brought it up here for me for $40. So now I can put all my stuff in the suitcase and I can ask them if they'll take it at the bike shop and keep it there. So the lovely Lady Jane from Mogo Trails has collected Bay and taken him to the Mogo bike shop, where I've asked for a new chain and a service as well while he's there. She also so thankfully agreed to take the suitcase. That was really nice of her because it's bloody big. I'm just doing a load of washing in the laundry here at the hotel. I've got to be out by 10 though. They won't do a late checkout. So the bus leaves at 2:30 to go back to Braidwood to pick up Madge, and I'll have 4 hours to kill in Moruya. And so I had to check out at 10 o'clock. I picked a load of stuff out of the suitcase that I wanted to bring with me, but I've got a really heavy backpack now and another bag. So I'm making my way to an op shop, which in Australia is a charity shop. See if I can find a little wheelie suitcase. So here we are at the op shop. I think I should buy an umbrella and a bag. This backpack, I couldn't walk far with this heavy backpack. It's really hurting my shoulders. So I found an umbrella, $5. Unfortunately, the only bag with wheels is this kid's R2D2. So it's going to have to do me. It's a bit short-handled, but never mind, it's $9. Okay, so I've loaded it up as much as I can. I hope it zips up. Still got to carry this because there's stuff I'll need on the bus. I also brought some shorts. So hot here. It's like really humid and warm. Some beautiful views, so I'll take some pictures of those. Moruya's Sacred Heart Catholic Church. Oops, not that so bad. So for some balance, let's visit a different faith church. Uniting Church in Australia. It looks locked. Don't think I'll be getting in here. Pretty little building. It's locked. Okay, I'm going to settle myself down here in the Moruya Adelaide Hotel. Moruya River's just there. Nice views. Not really digging the music, but no matter. She said I'm welcome to sit here for a couple of hours, have some food and just chill. I'm sitting here waiting for the bus. It's raining, skies are black, and the umbrella I bought from the op shop didn't last 2 wind gusts and it is destroyed. It won't even open. The rain is really coming down now and it's cold. Wish the bus would hurry up. And so my Araluen Way ride is over. I'm heading up over the Clyde Pass on the bus. Very nice bus, only $12, driven by a great guy called Ray. Really enjoyed it. It dropped me in Braidwood where I could pick my car up. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the videos as much as I enjoyed doing the ride. Although painful because of the hills that I wasn't expecting, it was absolutely fabulous and I can highly recommend it, especially the Baker's Flat Campground. I hope to get out bikepacking again before winter, but we will see how that goes. Again, thank you for joining me, and until next time, it's a goodbye for now.
Apprenons le cha-cha-cha.